Ashley, it is so good to
Cheers.
see you. Cheers. Cheers. I'm sure yours is not as clean as mine.
What is that? Is
Uh
it smoothie?
yeah. So I do this thing where I shove tons of green vegetables in there, three pieces of fucking pineapple, and then like uh fruity pebbles flavored protein
What?
to mask the shit flavor.
What protein is that? Is it whey?
Yeah, it's whey protein, but it's Ghost, and Ghost also has vegan options.
Oh my God. Fruity
And
Pebbles, like that sounds amazing.
dude, for real, like it takes away all like that nasty, like you know, sometimes vegetables can taste like dirt.
Yes, of course.
Yeah.
I love that. I'm gonna look into that. Thank you.
Dude, seriously, like I need to do something different and better in my life. Um, and I got tired of just gaining weight and like not really trying. And then with gaining weight, when you're somebody like me with high blood pressure, now your blood pressure is a main factor. So
Mhm.
yeah, after the baby was born, 2 days after he was born, I was in the hospital for 3 days. My blood pressure was like 220 over 110 type shit. Dude, it was,
Robbie, what the fuck?
yeah, dude, it was fucking scary. So that was like the last wake up call I needed because right around Ink Master time, which is almost 10 years ago, like I fucking got really healthy and lost a ton of weight and made a lifestyle shift. Then I met Donna and I still kept it up. And like I got a little lazy, but I kept it up. And then
Mhm.
I broke my leg. And
Mhm.
then it was like, okay. And then once I got my leg back, then it was COVID. Then it was building the shop. Then it was traveling. And so like I just never made it a priority again.
Mhm.
And now it's a priority again. So
Yeah, like when that goes, you're like, well, shit, there's everything.
right. And I had to make sure like gotta make sure I'll be here, Baby's
Yeah.
on 4 fucking months, dude.
Baby, purpose, all the big things.
Absolutely, absolutely. And you know what? Like usually I start with an introduction, but this thing's recording already. So since it already got good from the get, welcome everyone to another Rad Movement YouTube channel exclusive with the amazing Ashley Mondor. This woman is a life coach, like heart-centered healer, one of the most beautiful humans I've ever had the opportunity of meeting. I've actually written your name in my gratitude practices at times. So, yes, everyone, this is Ashley Mondor, the wonderful, the amazing, the beautiful, and the stylish with her fun red glasses and also the glowing red mic to match.
Yeah,
Like, ah,
it's a vibe.
ah, dude, total vibe. I love it. I love it. So, hi.
Thank you for having me in that intro. I wish I could like have that as my alarm every day, the way you say my name. Just like pumped, ready. I'm alive. Let's go. Hey.
Hell yes, that's it. This is being recorded, so I actually can give you a recording of me saying that.
Oh my God, I'm here for it, please.
Yes. No, dude, seriously. So I met Ashley through a business class. Uh, and it's Tattoo Business Mastery. You guys have probably heard me talk about it before. Matt Clemmer's amazing. He does Tattoo Guardians podcast. Him, Hip, and Josh Carlton, they're phenomenal people. But one day we were in class, and he brought Ashley in as like a special guest, and I immediately fell in love with her. I was like, oh, I need to meet this woman outside of this. I did a heart to heart session with her where she just gets with you for an hour, and like we cried together and
Mhm.
had some good breakthroughs. It was a big push I needed because I was stepping into my coaching space, which as you Ashley know, it is difficult stepping into the coaching environment,
Mhm.
especially if you're as wacky as I am.
Mhm.
you know,
Mhm.
the feelings of not being good enough, the feelings of being too crazy, You know, the feelings of, yeah, well, I'm good at talking to people, but am I good enough to do this? It was a lot,
I love it.
but you
I
helped
love
me with that, and here we are. So let's hear what you have to say, because I
it.
know you have wonderful things to say.
I think one of my favorite moments after, like, in meeting you in that class is like you were working out and just like there, but like sweating and like breathing heavily, but still there, you know? And I think that was like a testament to I'm going to show up for this because I invested for it, because I care. And also, like, my health is important. So I'm still going to do that, you know? And it was
Oh,
just really rad to see. Rad.
yeah.
Also, like, just seeing you in that moment and you let me hold your heart for like a very brief moment in time. And I was like, he's so special. And so when you hired me to work with you, I was like, oh, fuck yeah. And just like, it was so cool to hear the things you had to work through from a mindset perspective, in order to step into this next level version of you. And like now you're doing it, you know, like you have this program and these people who signed up for this movement, you know, and it's just like, man, like talk about walking the talk and continuing the journey.
Thank you. That's really powerful because we didn't talk much through my launch. I hated it.
But why?
Because I don't like sales. Um,
Right.
I'm good at sales, right? Like I know how to like, I don't convince people to buy. I just tell them the truth and they're like, oh yeah, cool. So the hardest part is it wasn't a cheap program. It isn't a cheap program. And so there's a lot of people that were like, I fucking need this, but I can't right now.
Mm-hmm.
And you know, hearing that you're not supposed to take that personally, I'm like, yeah, what the fuck ever. Like,
About me.
yeah, like I'm the product. Like, you know, and it's odd. And this is something I'm trying to figure out. I have never been in a career where I am not the product. Mm,
Whoa.
yeah. Like
Mhm.
tattooing, great. Yeah. And I mean, the picture is the product, but I create the picture. So I create the product. So I'm the manufacturer. And, you know, my words in coaching are the product. So that's like me. And like, if I get on a call with you and, you know, you tell me you need this and it's time, and then you don't do it, I'm like, okay, well, so you probably just lied to me and you don't really need this. And I'm just not good at fucking telling you what I'm doing. And like, so all that kept
Mhm.
coming up. So
Mhm.
yeah, that was made it through it.
And we're
And like,
celebrating.
right, dude. Right, thank you. Yes. So one of the friends that couldn't make it because of her schedule, it was cute. She hit me up 3 different times and we had the same conversation 3 different times. And like we were both hoping that something had changed on
Mhm.
other sides. And she's like, dude, my Tuesdays are just too much right now. And so it was great. She actually brought up my program in Matt Clemmer's coaching program and talked about that. And like, she's just she's a great human and she's a wonderful cheerleader. Mel Judkins, she was also in the class, but yeah,
Love Mel.
dude, she's so great. And so fucking she hit me up the night before and was like, I'm so happy for you. I swear I want to work with you in one of your programs. It'll happen. But right now, go get some cake and celebrate.
Mhm.
And that's like such a coachy thing to say. Wait, you're not a coach. Why are you talking to me like this, girl? Ooh, maybe you are a coach. But like it was really cool. And then I told Donna, and then Donna was running to the store. So obviously she bought me a cake. I was like, don't buy me cake. I don't fucking need cake. And she's like, no, I won't.
I love you, Donna. Thank you so much.
And seriously, that's kind of how I was. Because when she brought it, I was like, man, I don't want this cake. I took like 3 bites of it because, you know, gym stuff. But, you know, I really like to ruin my life on the weekends, not the weekdays.
That's a quotable, everyone.
Right, dude, for real. It's funny, like a lot of people do that, and it's normal, and I'm okay with that. And I'm doing well in my fitness journey. But yeah, so I had some cake, and it was really nice to like take a minute to celebrate because, you know, from the time that we spoke in our heart to heart session to now, dude, there was a day where I had a coaching call with one of my coaches, Cam, and he's amazing. And I didn't feel better. And
Mhm.
like I was just fighting through it all day. And then I called Matt and I was like, all right, I don't want to waste his time, but he knows I don't call him for no reason.
Mhm.
So I called him, I texted him, and then he called me back and we talked for like an hour. And like he was super vulnerable with me. And one thing that he hit really hard, he's like, dude, I thought about just quitting coaching and just going and getting a regular sales job. Fuck, you know? And I'm like, because it's so hard when it means so much to you and you're still battling, right? Because
Mhm.
like how often do people think because you're their coach that you're perfect?
Right.
And I thought like I had to be perfect to be their
Mhm.
coach.
Mhm.
And the beauty is I'm using my imperfection. My opening line was, I was waiting for inspiration to strike like one like Tuesday when I did my first class. I was like, I was waiting for inspiration to strike, and nothing did for what to say first. So what I'm saying now is I don't know what the fuck I'm doing.
Mhm.
Um, but I'm really good at what we're gonna do here.
Mhm.
I just don't know what the fuck to say yet. And then like that went into this whole like talking about my process of doing things, and it was great. I loved it. So yeah, uh, it's your turn to talk. Okay.
I want to come back to you basically allowed yourself to sit in the void or the
And
liminal
I'm listening.
space. Hmm. And so that you could create the space for that inspiration to come through.
Right,
That. Mhm.
right. And like, you know, it's hard to do that, right?
Mhm. Well, and we have this belief like we need to be quote unquote professional, and a professional coach who makes all the money and has all the clients looks and does a certain thing. But the problem with that, and this is what I'm finding, I want to work with a human. I want to work with your flaws. I want to be seen as imperfect so that you trust me to walk with you, because at the end of the day, we're like a step or two ahead of our people, right? So it's like when I am more vulnerable and I share the shit I'm going through, or if I'm crying or I'm like raging and I share it, more people work with me. And it's because it's like, oh, she's human and she has the tools and resources to move forward. And
Yeah.
I think too,
Yeah.
go
No.
ahead.
Well, she's
Um,
going through what I'm going through,
yeah,
and she made it out of that or makes it out of that. Cool. Okay, she can help me. Yeah.
yeah, totally. And I think also, I want to come back to sales. Sales is such a tricky thing because it's literally like I'm going to crack you open to things that are very deep and very hard and very quickly, especially because of how we view money. And like, do I trust myself to make this investment back? Am I worthy enough? Can I attend this? And and it's like, and I believe that if it's a no now, it doesn't mean it's a no forever. It just means maybe not in this moment. But, and I've seen this happen where I trigger people or it's a no, but then they come back a year later and they're ready,
Right. Well,
which
I
is
got,
cool.
yeah, no, it's so cool. And I had like two people really, really 100% like ready until their ego jumped in and said, "No, you can't." And so like they never responded to me at all. Like,
Ghost.
yeah. And I hit them a couple times to be like, "Hey man, I get it, you know, it's cool," and like still ghost. And the funny thing is, that's where my patience is starting to develop because I'm like, all right, fellas, I'll see you one day.
Mm-hmm.
I'll see you one day. Whether it's a lower ticket program
Mm-hmm.
because you're more comfortable, and you know, because dude, it's I've invested everything from a couple hundred to like tens of thousands on programs,
Mm-hmm.
and it's scary every time. So I understand that whole like, I don't really know what I'm doing. I don't know what paying for talking is gonna do. Like this one dude, loved him to death. We talked for a long time on our enrollment call, and he decided not to go forward with it because he has other financial obligations and stuff. But like he and I like he hit me back and he's like, dude, I love you. This just isn't right now. But like, and one of the things that came up for him, which I've had come up for me, he's like, dude, I love you and we're friends. And now I got to pay money to hang out with you.
Yes.
He's like, ah, that's so weird. And I'm like, dude, I fucking know.
Hmm.
Because like, you know,
Hmm.
but I've run into that with tattooing. People I've tattooed 20 years ago, and they still think $80 is sufficient. And I'm like, well, my rates are ridiculous now compared to that, you know, and mainly because I'm 41 and I've got a child, a baby child. And
Hmm.
like family has become more important to me than finances because I know, dude, even when I was living out of my car, I wasn't fucking broke.
Hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like finances are always fucking there.
Hmm.
But family, when I'm in my fucking 70s, you know, my 21-year-old isn't going to be 21 anymore and he's not going to be living here. My 4-month-old isn't going to be fucking living with me anymore unless he's a bum, you know?
Take note.
Right? Or unless I just like get so incredibly wealthy and build such large fucking homes that I can keep them with me because I really want to keep them with me
A
forever.
compound.
Dude, I really want to do that so bad. So yeah, like I've just realized like, oh, I get it. Like money's a weird thing, but like it's a thing that's always there.
That,
And then,
but not a lot of people have that mindset because conditioning on scarcity and lack, right? And I think too, something to remind yourself of is like, while you are a coach now, and the same for me, I don't know about you, but I've been doing this my entire life and sharpening this skill, these
mhm,
skill sets, and you would never not pay a doctor.
right.
And we're literally holding people for me specifically in their trauma, in their wounds, in their pain, so they can shift in the same way you have and do, you know? So it's just like reminding ourselves like this is literally on par. It's healthcare, mental, emotional, physical care. It's the future of your life.
Yeah,
And that requires investment because you need to be here fully.
big time.
Hmm.
Big time. And like it's weird. So yesterday I had a really bad day right after my first class.
Did you upper limit?
Hmm, maybe.
Because
I
I
was
do that shit. When I make more money, I'm like,
I was just thinking like, oh, well, maybe I overworked my emotions and like we didn't go to the gym in the morning. We usually do that. And like I was thrown off a lot. So it was just weird. And like I'm a number of things. I've got the busiest weekend ever. I helped my 21-year-old get his music career off the ground. So we have a show happening at the shop tomorrow where I'm doing free love tattoos. And the only thing we charge you is to go pay it forward. So that was a thing to like bring a draw for the audience. And by the time this airs, the event will already have happened. This weekend will already have happened. But then Sunday, we're doing another show with him that I and my studio are sponsoring, and he's headlining at. And then Saturday, he fell into a show with like an audience of like 1,000 people with this artist, Buzz Believe, who I tattooed 2 years ago.
oh my
And now that's bearing fruit. Um, and then I'm going to be a fucking celebrity judge at a sidewalk chalk competition during the day, early evening on Saturday. So like, so all these things have been going on, right? Like I've got this whole weekend planned and I'm stressed out. My poor little baby boy, who's 21, he's still my baby boy. He's stressed out and he's on the way to pick up his friends from the airport. And like, so dude, there's just so much going on. And that, like, I keep waiting for life to slow down and it doesn't. But then when
God.
it does slow down, I need it to pick back up because I'm losing my mind. Slow down.
Well, that's your nervous system, right? Like you are like hustle, 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 drive. So you're conditioned and your nervous system like this is safe. And then you hit your threshold and you're like, I'm dying. And then when it's slow, your brain takes over and your ego and it's like, I need to be doing things. what about my worth, my value? I need to be serving people. I need to be loving people. I need to be doing these things. So you get spun up. And like for me, my emotional addiction is overwhelm. So I will take myself to a place that I can hit overwhelm and then I just lose my shit.
I love that you just called your emotional addiction overwhelm. Overwhelm is one of them. Anger is definitely, frustration and anger are my super duper addictions. Overwhelm, I think, is where my body and brain is telling you, dude, somebody's gonna die if you don't stop. Could be you, could be somebody else. And if it is somebody else, it's gonna be at your hand. And then you're gonna want to kill yourself because you feel so bad about what you did.
Mm-hmm.
So I hit that yesterday before the gym, and it was really cool. Something amazing happened. Donna, superstarring, came in, and she was just loving on me. And like she kept trying and trying and trying, even though I wasn't super receptive and I was pretty worn down. And she said, you motivate me every time when I don't want to go to the gym. So I'm motivating you right now.
Oh,
Dude, and I was laying on the bed and she was like trying to make a game out of me reaching for her boobs. And like and I was still like, I was like, no, I don't want it. And it was just so cool because I have a really good way of starting fights with people in my head.
mm-hmm.
Just listing all the things they don't do.
Oh yeah, roommate.
Ruminate. So I want to roll back to you, because I know what you mean by the upper limiting stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I want you to dive deeper in that for the sake of the people viewing.
Mm-hmm.
Because upper limit triggers are
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
Yeah. So the thing that happens with our subconscious mind, right? We live in a comfort zone and people know about that. But like when you reach your edge or you extend past it, everything in your body and your brain rings alarm bells to be like, it's not safe, we could die. Logically, consciously, you're like, I made more money. I launched this thing. I asked for what I needed and wanted, and this is different. I put a new boundary in place. And then everything in your being is like, no. So for me, I literally, like you said, I will create conversations in my head with people that I love and seek out all of the ways they're not doing exactly what I need them to do at the exact time. And then I have the argument about how I would handle that conversation, which is what? A waste of fucking time and energy and not true, right? Or I will like rage or I will be very short. And then it's like, actually, what's happening? Oh, I did something big yesterday. I did something scary. I'm frustrated about something. So instead of like me taking care of my mental, emotional, physical well being, breathing, meditating, going for walks, listening to music, kettlebells, yoga, all of that.
Did you say cowbells?
Kettlebells. Cowbells? Movement. Yes, thank
I
you.
was like, I didn't realize cowbells were coming. Yo, that's
no. Stop it. Can you imagine? But when I don't, like, those are the first things to go.
Yeah.
And that's how I know I'm out of alignment with myself.
Yeah.
Because if I had that shit in order, I wouldn't be ruminating. I wouldn't be hitting the upper limit threshold. And it's normal. Like, it's normal in our work because we're constantly growing. Like, we signed up as souls to be like, I'm going to be obsessive with growth to see how expansive I can be, to how much impact I can have, you know, like how much can I love? Not everyone is like us, right? Like, dang.
And you know, I've never seen the Lego movie, but somebody told me there's this like little unicorn figure that's like really loving, but also really ragey.
Mm.
And like ragey about you not being loving.
Mm.
And somebody likened me to that one time, and I was like, yep. Uh-huh. Thank you.
Yeah.
And it's funny, so I just got these dream mind dream or something. They're fucking like LED face eyeglasses with headphones and a little like iPod contraption that has like preloaded meditative states and like things with the things and the stuff. I haven't dived deep into it, but I was sitting there with one of my tattooers the other day and he told me about it and I was like, that sounds amazing. So I bought them, they just showed up. And it's funny, I was unpacking them and the baby's crying on the table in front of me, and I don't care because I'm just diving through this, and I'm like, buddy, I love you. Hold on. I'm like really excited about this. And then I thought about how obsessive I have become about growth and development and wellness. And so while that is what makes me an authority and makes me a leader and makes me an expert in the healing field, right?
Yep.
It also makes me an obsessive crazy nut.
I really feel that, Robbie. Actually, my favorite healer, her name's Courtney Beck. You would love her. She's
Okay.
incredible.
Okay.
She channels like Krishna, Isis, these deities, and her purpose on the planet is to channel for our collective conscious awakening. So I had a healing with her just because I do like tune-ups every other month for energy and stuff. And she said, if you continue the pace that you're doing, obsessive growth
Ooh.
and productivity, I'm going to reach burnout and adrenal fatigue. And then I will be back at square one and I won't make it to like 10 years in business. And I think everyone needs to hear that who's in our field. It's not just me. It's like we become so focused and so my mission, my purpose, my impact, my love, everything about this. But it's like, but what about me living? Like, what about living in this life I created and also getting to just take a step back and breathe?
I'm in a program right now. There's a lot of high earners, um, just high achievers, and they're all men. It's a brotherhood.
Mhm,
And I love that because, my dad was a loving father, but not present.
mhm,
He was always too far in his head.
mhm,
And I crave male attention,
mhm.
support, mentorship, things like that. It's big for me. And the more I step into that and like accept that love from men, like one of my mentors, he's a local dude and he's bigger than me, like in height. And like one day we were gonna meet up, and like I just had this vision of me like in his arms with him, like holding me, and like just me crying it all out because I just need that, right? But one of the things that I don't fully love about it is if I get in that competitive, obsessive state with these guys, oh well, this guy's doing it, this guy's doing this guy's doing this, and like everybody's doing the things that they need. But like if I follow too much of that, I get decalibrated
Yeah,
because like I'm not meant to be that guy. Like my goal in life is to be a multi-million slash billionaire with minimal effort.
yeah,
You know what I'm saying? Like I want passive income. I want silent partnerships in businesses where I'm a visionary or a financial investor or a heart and soul investor. Like I want to work with super duper high dollar clients who have so much money but no love.
mhm.
Like, so I've got all these ideas and the ways I want to do things. And it's just like, I need to realize I can have that.
Mhm.
I can. I just am not going to have it tomorrow.
Oh, that.
Ugh.
Well,
Ugh.
like, I think the bummer or the hard thing is that we could die tomorrow. Like, we are literally every single day looking down the barrel of our death. It's impending, and that's what drives me is like death motivation. Tomorrow is
Yeah.
not guaranteed, so how big can I be? How expansive? How much of an impact? And that's also like, but you came here to live too.
Fuck.
I know.
Fuck. Dude, the baby, Zen, he fucking teaches me everything. Like, dude, he's the shit. If you're on your phone, he freaks out. And now he's like 4 months, so he's like grabbing and like throwing things. So like he'll grab your phone and smack it out of your hand. My son Jaden bitches like he sends texts that aren't finished yet. Like he'll be sitting there trying to post a TikTok. So he'll have baby here and he'll have his arms out here TikToking, and the baby will whack. And like,
Hmm.
and Jaden, I got 20 years on him of like learning when to listen to the universe.
Hmm.
So when my little baby that needs to be on my lap and this other little baby, this is
Yeah.
Deafy, he's deaf and blind in one eye because she got into a fight with a bigger dog one time. and she has a really fucked up soft palate, so that's
Oh.
why she grunts. But she just came up and wanted to sit on my lap. She's a sweetie pie or an asshole, depending on the day and the moment.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, so like I've got all these years of experience of when the universe fucking smacks your phone out of your hand, maybe you should get the fuck off your phone, because I'm already trying not to be on my phone as much. And
Mm-hmm.
that was part of my launch that fucked with me.
Mm-hmm.
The Brotherhood had this fucking challenge of turning your phone to do not disturb, or like limiting your usage from X amount of time to X amount of time. Well, it chose 10 p.m. to 12 p.m.
Mm-hmm.
the next day. And I kept breaking it because I had to fucking do the launch stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And now I'm DMing everyone. So I'm like, I'm trying to live this way and I'm trying to live this way. And it was so frustrating, but it's so nice that I have Zen to teach me things like get off your fucking phone.
Mm-hmm.
Like Sunday, I woke up stressed the fuck out. I got into my fucking messages and my DMs at like 7 in the morning, which I shouldn't have done. Stupid.
Lesson
And like,
learned.
what was that?
Lesson learned, hopefully.
Yeah, dude. I already knew. I already knew, but I did it anyway. And then I got fucking the ruminating loop. And so I wake up and I'm like, Donna, I need to fucking paint the baby's room. I need to finish his murals. And she's like, okay. And then every time I tried to walk away from Zen, nope. So I'd pick him up and we'd sit down and he'd be perfectly content. He just needed daddy all day.
Yeah.
Maybe
Your
daddy needed
presence.
him. And maybe I needed him, that present.
Mm-hmm.
I swear to God, he's like from
Mm-hmm.
God, if you believe in God, right? Like,
Mm-hmm.
or the universe, or whatever it is out there that's governing, creating, even if we're in a fucking simulation, he was put here by the fucking computer programs of this simulation to fucking remind me to live.
Mm-hmm.
And living can be sitting and not being mindlessly scrolling, being at peace with sitting like that,
Mm-hmm.
you know?
Well, that.
Yeah.
And I think the presence piece, like we are always either living in the future or living in the past, but everything is in the here and now. And there's so much magic and abundance in the here and now, but it takes like so much courage to break out of the matrix in that way, to sit with yourself, to sit with your son, your partner, all of that, you know? And I think like we're gonna reach our deathbed if we are so lucky to live that long, and we're not gonna be like, thank God I posted another fucking post on TikTok or whatever, you know, like good thing I checked those messages at 7 in the morning on Sunday when I should be snuggling up to the love of my life, you know?
Yeah. Yeah, dude, totally. And it's like I'm finally getting to the point where like my son Jaden, he is starting to manage my social media, where like
Mm.
manage my posting. And today I even said like, because he was starting to manage TikTok like a month ago, and I was like, dude, how do you feel about like managing the posting on Instagram for me? And he's like, dude, I think that would be good, because I have a following, I have engagement, I have numbers, right?
Mhm.
So when you get to play with my numbers, you're physically playing with my numbers. So you get to realize, fuck, I can play with numbers.
Mhm. Mhm.
And so, like, not only is he helping me, but I'm helping him. And, like, dude, I can't anymore. I
Mhm.
can't give so much. And this season of my life, I'm learning how to put boundaries. In so many places.
Well,
And
I do think like how curious is it that you have Zen at this specific moment in your life, like truly leaning into your purpose and stepping into it while running a business, while having a family, like to be forced to be present
ugh,
because you have to.
dude, and I'm starting the coaching business. I'm starting a real estate company that I don't do much in, but that's fucking stressful because like I've had fucking a boatload of cash sitting in my account waiting to go to them,
Mm.
and they're dicking off on the thing. And so me and my business partner are just like stressing the fuck out. And like one thing that one of the dudes from the Brotherhood told me, he's like, bro, I wake up in the fucking morning with problems. If you let those problems fucking get you, you're not gonna do well, dude. And I was like, ah. So you mean I have to be a grown-up and manage the problems that I put on my plate? I want them to go away because I fucking handled them once, you know?
Mhm. Mhm.
Ah, ah.
What do
But
they say? With great power comes great responsibility.
dude, for
Yeah.
real. And so I seen this thing, because you know the universe always throws things at us that we need. This professional athlete, I think she was an Olympic athlete,
Mm.
was talking about one of her coaches told her the rule of thirds. Now the funny thing is there is a rule of thirds in tattooing. Actually, there's a number of rules of thirds. So in the rule of thirds with traditional, it's a third black, a third color, a third skin tone. And that's how you create the shading. In new school, like the more new school, it's a third bold lines, a third mid-size lines, a third little to no lines, and that creates your front
Mm.
back feeling, right? So with the rule of thirds in life and training, there's a third of the time things are going to be great. There's a third of the time where things are going to be kind of neutral, and there's a third of the time where things are going to fucking suck. And if you have more than a third of any one of those, you're out of balance. So if you have more than a third of great times, bitch, be careful.
Mm.
If you have more than a third of bad times, bitch, be careful. You know, like if you have more than a third of neutral times, like there's always an adjustment that needs to be made if you're living out of those different thirds.
Mhm.
And like that, first off, to have it relate to tattooing on accident, like that's the universe definitely speaking to me.
Mhm.
And then like it set in so good.
Yeah,
So
message received because it had to, and you were ready to receive it, right? I
good.
also think like part of the human journey of like why it's so badass to be here on the planet specifically now during an extremely hard tumultuous time is like we came here for hardship because we could handle it because we were strong enough to fucking walk with it and to be beacons and pillars of love and light in whatever form or facet that is. And in the lows it's like, who am I in this low? How do I respond to life? And how can I take this and learn something from it so that maybe the next low isn't as deep or dark, or I will be able to gift that wisdom to someone else?
Right. Ugh, beautiful.
Sexy.
Yes, I love it.
But of course you do because you are a coach, you know? Like, it's one thing for me to share this with you because you're open and receptive. It's another for someone who's like, my life is a shit show. Everything is wrong. Nothing ever goes right for me. And it's like, well, what are you focusing on? Because what you focus on, you see more of. And then that's why rumination is a thing, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
And that's why your life is a shit show. And I have those people on social media, you know, their comments are always sad.
Mhm.
Always, I wish I could. And it's like, with all due respect, motherfucker, I lost my goddamn leg when I had bought my RV 2 weeks ago, and 100 days before that I was living out of a car. And what's your fucking excuse, dog? You
Mhm.
know, like, dude, Donna fucking wears the baby in the fucking gym with us.
Mhm.
Like, you got a one-legged dude and a chick with a fucking baby working out. What's your motherfucking excuse, son?
Right. Mhm.
You know? And so I have learned that I can live in that. Cause dude, I am the guy. Like I was saying in my class the other night, you know, I worry about how am I going to feed my family.
Mhm.
Now I know my financial situation.
Mhm.
There's no fucking way I'm going to be able to not feed my family unless I really fuck some shit up.
Mhm.
So why am I worried about not being able to feed my family?
Tell me about your subconscious.
Right? Dude. And that's the thing, you know, like one of my favorite questions to ask people, if your voice in your head was a person, would you be friends with it?
Mhm.
Most people say no.
Mhm.
And I don't trust the ones that say yes.
Mm. Well, and it's so tricky because it sounds like you know?
Because it is
That's
you.
the problem.
And the thing is, it sounds like you, but it also feels like a bully outside of you.
Yeah.
Or like somebody coaching you with great advice. And you're like, no, this is terrible. Why am I listening to you? you just told me I fucking suck at everything, and then you
Yeah.
go kill that person. This is not good.
Mhm. Ego's so silly. And
Oh,
also, it would be cool if you could hear it in a different voice, right? Because like intuition always is like your heart's voice, right? It's very clear, it's very loving, it's very positive. It's like, a fucking course you can do this. You can do anything. And then your ego's like, you're an idiot. Who thinks you can do that? No one's gonna buy from you. Why would they listen to you? You don't know shit. You don't have doctorate degrees, you know? But it
dude,
sounds like you.
every time I hit a new fucking broke through a new ceiling and landed on a new floor, Donna would remind me what my old ceiling was. Remember
Wow.
when you didn't think anyone was going to book with you? Remember when you didn't think anyone was going to sign up for your program? Remember when you didn't think you were going to get more than 10 people? And I have found a way to devalue every bit of it.
Yep.
And so that ruminating negative self-talk, and I'm glad you even said that about the upper level trigger stuff, because I didn't even realize that was an like a limiting upper level trigger.
Mhm.
Like I didn't realize I've probably made more in the past like month and a half than I have in a long time, but I have a lot of output because I
Mhm.
support myself, Donna, Jaden, because I want his music career to get off the ground. I invest in his music career. I invest in other businesses. I take care of the baby. Like, yeah, sure, my house is paid for, right?
Mhm.
And like I'm like, well, your house is paid for. Why are you stressed about money? And it's like, well, I don't know. I was stressed about money when I was broke, and I'm stressed about money now. So, and then I realized, fuck, you're just stressed about money too much, dude.
Mhm.
So can you stop that? Like,
Mhm.
can we please? And
Mhm.
one of the things I've really picked up lately is journaling. I've been doing little baby journal prompts, like 7 lines in the morning, 7 lines at night. It's a little baby book. It's called the 60-second memory journal.
Mhm.
And it has little prompts, and it says like, today I am going to make it a great day by, and like, so now I'm like writing loving myself, believing in myself, you know, and I'm developing an abundance practice for me that I can
Fuck yeah.
right, that I can bring
Mhm.
to my program, and I can just put in my coaching toolbox. Because dude, so this is a story I gotta tell you. There's a dude named Million. I'm not sure if you're familiar with him from Matt Clemmer's programs. He just joined Next Level. He wasn't in it when you were there as
Mm.
a guest. And so this is just this Monday, the day before I actually did my first class. I was in there, and I was like, Matt, do you mind if I go into TBM in the private group and like offer, a discount for all the students so I can fill up all 20 slots? And he's like, yes, but I really want you to stop offering discounts. I love you. I know your heart, but stand in your fucking power and know what you got. And I was like, thank you. And then then I start fucking bawling and shit at some point in time, and like I couldn't stop crying for a couple minutes, and like I was okay with that, right? And then at a moment I wasn't, and then Matt started talking to me, so I like didn't mute it. And then I was like, dude, I was just gonna mute it again because I was gonna start bawling again, but now I'm just gonna do it in front of everybody because fuck. And then Million messages in the Zoom chat, what's the link? I want to sign up now.
Mhm.
I'm
And you
losing
were
my
like,
dude, right? And I'm losing my shit, and I'm like, I don't have all the people I want to have, and I'm not good enough if I don't fill all fucking 20 slots. Funny thing is, one of my coaches was like, what's your favorite number? And I was like, 12. That's the amount of people that are in the program.
of course.
And he was like, why don't we go for 12 people in the program? And I was like, no, I want to do 30. And
Mhm.
then I was like, no, I want to do 20. And then 12 was the initial
Mhm.
manifested figure. Um, Glad I didn't do more than that because it was 4.5 hours to get through everybody the other night. So, if I had 20, we'd be on 7-hour calls every week.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's your first one. And I think when we were messaging back and forth, like, it's so fucking cool that your first ever program, you called in 12 people who said, I'm here for it.
Mm,
Like that it because there are people and I've coached them, right? It's like they launch and no one buys and then they make it mean something about them and they're not good enough and they should just give up. But like for you to have people say, I'm ready to walk with you. Like that's so cool. And I also want to come back to Donna being your anchor point. I think this is why it's so critical for you to celebrate. And like every 6 months now moving forward, because I started this year, but it's like I list out all the beautiful things that happened to me in the first 6 months of the year. And when you keep a log of it, like I keep it in my notes app, like I launched my podcast, I sold my X amount ticket offer, blah, blah, blah. It's like, look how far I've come. And when I share it on social, it gives other people permission to celebrate the magic in their life.
Wow. Well, yeah, the other night, when you and I were texting, and that was really hard for me not to get in my head about myself because I was throwing different dates and times at you so much. And then I just finished my fucking coaching program, and me and Donna, she's like, I need my eyelashes done before Friday at the event at the shop. And I'm like, okay, well, you're fuckering my whole schedule around. And she's like, I'm sorry, I won't. And I was like, no, 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 do that. And so like I was going back and forth with myself about bugging you. I'm glad it's you because you're so wonderful and have so much grace. But you pointed out something, because in us talking, I saw your things pop up on the stories.
Mm.
And that one story, I was like, yo, this. And you were like, bro, you need to fucking share this.
Yeah, that. So for context for people, my problem that I see in the industry is that they try to put every single thing in one program, like everything but the kitchen sink, to be like, it's this is going to be the incentive that gets someone, and then they just throw so much shit in there instead of sitting with the core of their craft and fucking owning it, knowing spirit speaks in simplicity. It's why like talking and having like you say one thing, one person has a single shift that changes the rest of their life.
Yeah.
And you were like, I literally just navigated that. And what you shared was so perfect because you walked it with integrity.
Thank you, because I didn't know how I was walking or if I was walking a lot of the time. And I just kept making it so much about this like figure of amount of people and then this financial figure. And if I didn't hit those two, I was a failure. But the truth is, I have been the guy that's launched things and no one showed up. And like, so like, yeah, cool. It might feel like a little bit of an overnight sensation type thing, but I walked away from so many coaching times because, I started as a one-on-one coach, and I think I had like 3 enrollment calls and they didn't go. So I was like, ah, fuck this. Nobody wants to work with me, and then I was having a very hard time getting a draw. People they didn't at the time. It wasn't the time for me.
Mm-hmm.
And then, I have to remember it is the time that it is in the time that it is. And so I commented back to that story, and I was like, dude, that was me. That's me 100%. And like, I realized everyone that signed up is the people that are meant to be here. It's like, as I'm sitting there saying, well, I'm going to do this and this and this, and you get this and this and this. And a couple of them were like, dude, one of them, my man Dusty, he was like, I'm like starting to pitch him, and he's like, bro, I'm already in. Like, let's just talk. Like, I'm already in. Like, don't even bother. And the cool thing is, he coached me through one of his people, because Dusty works at Matt's shop, and one of the girls, Alexis, that works there. I was like, dude, I really want to offer this to Alexis, but I don't want to like. I'm intimidated by her because she's intimidated by me.
Mm.
So I like pick up on her intimidation, and I'm like, all right, I don't want to push too hard. I don't want to break her boundaries, when really she's dying for people to fucking help her push her boundaries, right?
Yeah.
So I hit Dusty and I was like, yo, should I? And he's like, yes, she needs it. She wants this. So I did. And she would, dude, it was great because on our enrollment call, I cracked her open like crazy in a way that I couldn't crack her open when I was tattooing her, which is usually my spot.
Yeah.
So, and look at that. My usual spot of cracking people open is tattooing, but it didn't work with her. But before I even started coaching her, she cracked open.
One, you're the authority because you're in different energy, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And I was a tattooer when I was tattooing her.
Mm-hmm.
But now I'm a coach. And now she's like walking into this saying, okay, I invested the money to get tattooed by you, but if I invest the money to get coached by you, That's on some another different shit.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
it was really cool. And then, like I said, like dude, my friend Liz that joined, 17 minutes I was off the phone and paid up and ready to ride. And I was like, ugh. So everyone that was 100 was 100 before they got on the phone with me. Everyone that I felt like I needed to sell and convince, they needed convincing, but they needed that convincing in their own time with patience in life, not Robbie convincing.
That. Well, and I think it's like, who are you being? Like, I don't do a lot of sales calls because people typically have been following me for a while and they trust me and they're like, here we go, which is fantastic. And it took a while to get there, but it's like, I'm literally so convicted in what I offer in the world and who the fuck I am that it's like, you already know. Like, I don't have to convince you because you know and you trust me to hold you. It's the same for you. Like, if I feel like I have to convince you, this is like forward masculine energy versus like, I'm going to sit back. I'm going to trust myself. I'm going to trust you in your power, knowing you know exactly what you need and when you need it. And so you did that. You invited people in and you were like, I've got this for you. I believe in you. I believe in me. I believe in us. And then the people you had to convince, it's like, am I worthy enough? Okay, but if I share this with you and this and you get this, then it's like maybe you'll come. But that's so graspy. Not that you try to do it, but like if they're not sold on themselves in belief and worth, it's
Right.
harder.
Dude, and that was one of the things, like when I hire people, like I know they're meant for me. And I don't need them to do the things. Like, dude, when I was on the phone with Dusty doing our enrollment sales call, right? My friend Erica was visiting, the girl that does our locks. She was sitting across from me on the back porch. I hang up the phone. She's like, what the fuck, hon? Help me. I need help. And like at one point in time, she's like, take my fucking money, please. Like, so I'm like, oh my God. So, and I got caught up in a sea of sales calls, right?
Oh, yeah.
Instead of the abundance of enrollment calls. And that was one thing that Matt helped me with that day that I had that meeting with Cam, and like I was going into that meeting expecting to get better and my mindset was going to be shifted and it didn't. And then an impromptu call with Matt helped me out in a way that I needed so much. And he helped me reframe. He was like, sales is a gross word. Like people feel like they're being sold when you say sales. He's like, man, I like to call them something different, you know? And I totally get that. Now I see the magic in the change of the speech. Because it's not a sales call. These people are going to work with you to change their fucking lives, man. There's no fucking sale involved in that. It's just, yeah, it's just a step forward. And like, dude, I need to work with you more. Like, I know this. Actually, that day on the phone call with Matt, I decided I needed to work with you more. And I think I gave Donna a new puppy because she told me I can't sign up for any more coaching. Because I'm obsessive, right? I'm in 4 programs right now, son. Like, luckily, one of them is once a month. So, like, it's only 6 classes. So, like, I don't really consider that a program.
Yeah, I totally get it.
Well, but I was like obsessed, and I still am. But yeah, go ahead.
Thank you. I feel the same about you. I mean, we had one heart-to-heart session, and I was like, I'm so lucky and blessed that he followed his heart to me because you're so magical. And I think there's something about following your heart to people and like really surrendering to the process. Because if I know you, I like you, and I trust you, my God, magic happens. And like that's why I believe that everyone should have a coach, a counselor, or a therapist because what we help you see outside of yourself. So I have coaches. I'm in a few programs. The problem with me though is that I am obsessed with learning. And so I'm like, give me all the things because if I can get this and bring this in, I can teach someone. Yeah. So it's never really about me. It's about how I can be of service.
Ah, see, I am more selfish than you.
Which is great.
Right, it's so great. I heard this term a long time ago, this phrase, selfish for the sake of being self-full.
Mm,
Um,
yeah.
my first coach I ever had, I remember on our sales call, I was bawling my face off, being like, I'm a fucking monster.
Mm,
And he was like, well, that's not true. And like coached me through that. And so that was like 3, 4 years ago. So to see myself not only not being a monster anymore, but like this coaching that I've put into my life was to help me not be a monster. Like it was to help me fix my anger and my rage and my frustration and my snap judgments and all. Like I'm so selfish, but like it's also to serve,
yeah.
because I want to serve Donna and Jaden and Zen and the people around me and my studio, my tattoo studio. Like I want to be the best me for all of them, because that's my easiest place to get triggered. Like I'll go from
Mhm.
0 to 1,000,000 like that. You say something that I don't understand, I don't like, or I can't fix immediately. Now I'm probably going to bite your head off, and then I'm going to have to apologize for it later. So like, I want to be the best for me, and that's why I say selfish, because I want to be the best for me, for you, for me. Because if I'm the best for me, then I can be the best for you, and then if I'm the best for you, then then it's good for me. Because if I'm not the best for you, it's not good for me. I hurt you. I
Mhm.
put you in a funky spot. And now I have to go and eat crow and apologize. And now you may not trust me if I do that too much.
Mhm.
So, yeah. And
Oh.
recently, the last 2 programs I joined were with the intention of launching
Mhm.
and like business coaching wise. But like the one program with Cam, it's business, right? Because it all ties to business,
Mhm.
but it's a lot of heart stuff.
Yep.
Yeah. And one of the things I love, he's like, we're helping you figure out your medicine in our program because we're going to help you deliver your own medicine to you and effectively deliver it to others.
Mhm.
Um, so yeah, it's crazy. So well,
That.
I'll ask Donna if she wants to name our new puppy after you.
Oh my God. You're hilarious. God. I think so. And like, I've been in business almost 5 years. And like in January, I'll be full time for 2 years. The thing I've noticed is like every single time I sign up for a program, it's like with the intention of launching or learning marketing or whatever. I go into it and it's like, well, God damn it. I know all of this shit already. So it's like, what is it that I need to learn within myself and trust and honor within myself so that I can just fucking do the thing? Right.
Dude. Ugh. And so earlier we were talking and I said something that was nice to hear, and you acknowledged it nicely. It was about abundance, about my abundance practice, right?
Yeah.
The reason why I'm creating this abundance practice is because I'm so fucking tied up in a lack mindset that I have to find my way out of it. And the funny thing is, millions signed up with me when I was operating from a place of lack. And he had to get off the call in like an hour and a half, even though it was a 4.5 hour call, and still let me know that he's super excited that he joined because he already took things from the class.
That.
Oh,
And you are conditioned that your value equals money. Your
yeah.
worthiness is
Oh,
money.
oh,
And as men, like your conditioning is different than for female identifying people. But it's just like money is the chokehold on all of us, especially in our toxic, capitalistic, patriarchal society. And so when you find your worthiness, your value within, like you're so fucking abundant already that money naturally is like, and the fact that a person's name is millions who signed with you, the energy around that,
oh,
bananas.
shit, son. I didn't even think of
So
that.
you manifested millions. And if you did that in this way, it's already going to happen for you.
Damn.
That's cool.
Damn. Damn. Dude, it's so real though. And it's like, it's wild because the manifestation happens the way you do it, right? Like, so when you manifest the wrong things, you get the wrong things.
Well,
You
and
know?
it's just a lesson, right? It's like how synchronicity works. It's always guiding you when you follow your heart and what you're curious and joyful and passionate about. When you do that with no insistence on any fucking outcome, which is what we are talking about when it's like, I need 20 people. And it's like, you don't. Go back into play, Robbie. Like, go back and shift into
Yeah.
there. And you did. And then I feel energetically like you had more fun. And
Yeah.
like, that's what business is. It can be fun and you can be abundant in your play.
Well, our mantra at the tattoo studio is if it's not fun anymore, we don't do it.
Mm, I
And
love that.
I've been falling out of that with a lot of things, because I am I'm a high strung dude. And
Wait, pause.
yeah,
You
oh,
just made an I am statement, and
yes.
that's an identity, and you don't have to be that.
No, you're absolutely right. I came to this earth as a high strung individual.
I'm learning how to heal
Yes.
stress and
Yeah. And like,
pressure.
I'm learning how to not be that high strung individual. Because I play this guy that's cool cucumber. You know what I'm saying? Like, I remember being at a convention one time. Everybody's fucking falling apart around me. I'm punching fucking walls in my head because like I'm battling this stupid thing that I don't want to be battling with.
Mhm.
And a dude comes over to me and he's like, "Man, you are cool cucumber. Look at you, fucking chilling. Take it." And like I'm giving people advice. People are coming up to me losing their shit. And I'm like, "Yo, check us out. It's all right, blah, blah, blah." And like homie fucking seen me and he's seen me.
Mhm.
And like standing in your power, right? It's always been there.
Mhm.
When you go put them shoes on, bitch, So like I didn't know my power was there for me to stand in it. And so like I didn't even realize then who I was and am. And dude, I think that same convention, somebody like asked me to like organize a healing program with them in Philly.
Invitation.
And I was like, nope, can't do it. Nobody will come. Sorry, not worried about it.
Mm.
So I didn't. Dude, I've had 2 different invitations to do healing programs with people, and I wasn't ready yet.
But spirit was like, hey. And you're like, no.
No, no, you don't know what a loser I am. I am shit.
I'm a monster. People don't work with monsters.
Dude. And the funny thing is, I told him in the same breath of being a monster, I want to be convention Robbie because convention Robbie knows how to be.
And that's an identity shift. That's all. That's a
Right.
conscious choice to
Because
do and be that.
and convention Robbie is Robbie.
Yeah.
And when I need to be a monster, that's when you're fucking with my family. That's when you're trying to fuck me over. That's when you're trying to do fucking wrong things to kids, animals, women, weak people, fucking, children, dogs, like that's when being a monster benefits me. Because now when you got this fucking giant dude with a heart on his face telling you how he's going to kill you and he's got one leg and he's fucking over you, spitting, he's so mad. Well, you're probably not going to do the terrible things you were going to do. And you might think about not doing terrible things later. So it's like finding the gift
That, yeah.
in the bad, right?
Mm-hmm. And I think the core thing is like you can always choose to be convention Robbie, solely specifically knowing that when you're that version of you, people are more inclined to listen because you are co-regulating the space with people around you through your heart, right? So like you literally have this electromagnetic frequency from your heart that spans like 3 fucking feet. You can invite people in to coherence, like the really smooth sine waves, right? So when we're in that place, we're more responsive, we're listening, we're intuitive, we have telepathic communication. So it's like every single time we know that the monster version or the archetype that you've created is protection and safety. And when we're this version of you, this is how we make even more change.
Wow.
Again, sexy.
Girl.
Mm.
I love the way you frame things. I love the way that you just think and operate as a healer, as a coach. Like hearing you say that you're 5 years into this, I'm like, part of me is low key jealous because I'm like, I can't wait till I'm 5 years. But like at the end of the day, dude, like you said, we've been coaching our whole lives.
Whole life. When I was a child, I had like not my parents, but I had other people's parents. I had teachers. I had my peers come to me looking for advice. They would spill their heart out to me. And like now looking back, it's like, oh, I've literally been training for my entire life for this. That's why I went through so much trauma, why I chose to heal. Same for you, all the shit you went through. And like 5 years, whatever. Like you're here now. You've learned
Right.
so much, and people are so lucky to learn from you.
Love you, man. Thank
I
you so
love you.
much. That's so nice to hear. And you know what? I'm really like, I finally do believe that. Like while I was coaching the other night, I was in that fucking seat, dog. You know,
Yeah.
like I was really in that chair, and it was like powerful.
Mm.
And I learned to work through my things. Like I said, the first thing I said was like, I don't know what I'm doing. And then that segued, but that's my tattooing style.
Mm.
Look, most of the time I don't even know somebody's name when I tattoo them because I don't make my appointments. I don't really do consults because if you're going to work with me, you're going to work with me.
Mhm.
You know, like I'll do a consult with you. That's just going to make you want to work with me quicker. But for the most part, you already know you're going to work with me because you already know I'm going to be expensive. You already know I'm wild and I do things off my fucking top of my head. I've gone really far into detail on my social media about letting people know like this throw up is my Sharpie drawing. This is the tattoo you get, you know? So like people know like I'm just very much that way. And I use this teaching story of the recently in the past like year, I was struggling with finding colors for this tattoo. And every time, because I just figured it out, she wanted something completely different. And then I was like, yeah, I'm not really feeling that. What about this? And she's like, yeah. So, so now, you know, we're going with this instead of that. Um, and like, instead of getting frustrated, I just started looking at the colors as kids. And there were children like playing with me. And every color that I played with, when they were done playing, I'd let the other colors come out and play. And it was cute and fun and interesting. And that's the way I tattoo. I don't need a plan because I like pressure.
Mm.
I don't like pressure for a long period of time.
Right.
I like it short term. So when I put that pressure on me right now to create, and I grew up in a walk-in environment, so like I never knew what I was doing on people till they walked in. I didn't start doing appointments until like 10, 15 years of my career. So everything was walk-in style because that's the way it was in tattooing back then.
Mhm.
So like I just always been quick on the draw. And I've always been quick on my head feet too, because I was a fat kid and I had to figure out a way to get people away from me when I was a kid or to fight back after a while. You know, turn their words around on them. So like when it comes to tattooing, I do what I know, then I wait I wait to receive. And then I was like, well, shit, if I do that in tattooing, why can't I do that here? Because I do that in interviews all the time. You know, like in an interview, I'll be like, you know, like I'm afraid this is going to end quick or like this is getting stale. Like, you know, like what do I need to do? Like, you know, because you do this.
Yeah.
So I'm like, where do I need to go? And if I just ask the question and then stay where I'm at, by the time that breath runs out, and you know this, the new energy, the new answer, the new idea, or they pick something up. Either way, it picks up. And so like I use that whole thing as the teaching. So like, yeah, I didn't know what I was doing coming into this. But cool thing is, none of you motherfuckers in my program know what the next steps are in your life. So you get to sit here, ask the fucking questions, and patiently wait while you do what you know. And it
Yeah.
was like, oh,
Well, and it's so like living by spirit and trusting that like in divine timing the right thing is there that's meant to be shared. But our ego, like we cannot handle uncertainty. It's like an open loop in our brain, and our brain hates
right.
that. It's exhausting. But for you to be like, I'm actually more than just this human ego. I'm here to create the space. And at the end of the day, this is what I always tell people, my clients specifically who are coaches. It's like people just want to be heard. They
Uh,
want to be held without judgment. They want to be able to speak what's on their heart and to dream and to be like, okay, what do I do next? And you're like, great, this is the one next step that you take. All right, cool. How do we feel about that? Are we afraid? Great. Okay. So it's just like
Right.
you creating the space for people to finally fucking be held in the truth of who they are.
It's so beautiful.
Mhm.
And oh, and another fear I had, it was going to end too soon and they weren't going to get enough out of it.
Oh, because like, am I enough?
Oh. Funny thing is, it went so long, motherfuckers started to have to drop off.
Yeah.
And like, we ended with a small group and it was really fucking cool. And I'm so excited like that it is. I'm just
Mhm.
so excited that it worked. And like I am enough. Like not only am I enough, I'm sitting here in the program just like, huh, I bet there's at least one person in here that wants to go one-on-one with me in the future.
Yeah. Totally.
Like
Hmm.
here I am offering one-on-one to people that haven't even signed up with me, but you're probably going to get one-on-ones better from the people that already work with you and know your power, feel your
Okay.
magic.
Hmm.
Dude, one of my fucking people has an open invite to do pole on stage with Snoop Dogg every time he comes to DC because she's already worked with him twice. And she's struggling with all kinds of things that she shouldn't be struggling with because she's a beautiful, amazing human. So it's like so cool just to see like how capable we all are and how incapable we all feel.
Hmm.
Dude, I've known her for over 20 years and I look up to her the whole time I've known her. And like now she's getting coached by me.
Hmm. Well,
So,
and
God,
I have this belief, because I believe in reincarnation, that it's like we've been mastering these skills for a lifetime. So it doesn't matter our age, our status, where we are in our class, right? Society, structure. And I believe, like, of course, she would listen and receive your guidance because you've been literally mastering this lifetimes. Like, you don't just let that go. And so often when I'm feeling like not complacent isn't the word, comparison, when I look at other people who have what I want and I'm not there yet, or I'm like, God, if I could just do this or master this or know this, then people will want to listen to me. And it's like, but actually, I'm discounting lives, lifetimes. And so it's like sitting in the truth of your soul, being like, I fucking got you because I was called to do this, just that.
dude, I do the lack and the fear of losing, fear of not being enough, fear of competition so bad that I literally had to have a private talk with Matt
Mhm.
and say, I think you hate me because I'm doing this. And I'm scared to be a coach in a similar space to you
Mhm.
because I don't feel like you're going to love me or accept me anymore because you feel in competition with me because I feel like you're going to view me as that. And he's so beautiful. Like he coached me through that just by loving me and just being like, nah, dude, look, I do money. You do like heart stuff.
Mhm.
Like we're totally different. Yeah, sure. The context is the same because it's all deep inner work, but like, bro, I love you. He's like, not only am I your fan, I'm your supporter, I'm your brother, I'm your teacher, I'm your father, I'm your mentor. I'm like, you still want to be my father and mentor? You
He's
know?
totally healing that father wound for you, though, which is like, thank God, because you are that for other people, for other men, like, holy shit.
Funny thing, my son is in a music collective called Synergy, and they do Discord chats all the time. Anytime any one of them drops new music, they all have a listening party. And now me and Jaden will end up smoking joints on the back porch and shit at night. And so like he'll be sitting there on the Discord like last night. And I can't help but join in because it's a bunch of fucking like 16 to like
Yeah.
25-year-old kids, and they're all dudes. And like I relate to all of them so much. And young artists, they always have
Hmm.
such a place in my heart
Hmm.
because I'm such a fucking dude. I've been the young artist for so long. And now like I finally am the grown artist that can give love and support to them that I wished I had, because my dad was the one who taught me how to tattoo but didn't believe in me. So I had to prove myself to him. So I don't want kids to have to go through that ever, right? But I knew he loved me. He loved me enough to teach me, love me, be there for me. But my dad's the type to take you to the car dealership, to prove to you how you're not going to get a loan, not the dad that'll take you, so you'll have to figure out how to get the loan, not the dad that'll take you and co-sign.
Mm-hmm.
So that's who my dad was, always trial by fire. So like these kids, they're talking last night, and no, you know, when you're in a conversation, you can't stop. Every so often, I'm like, boys, listen right now. Okay, I got to drop some knowledge on y'all fools because y'all are talking stupid. And, and one of the dudes last night, he's like, Robbie is like the synergy guru or the synergy Buddha. And I giggled and I loved it. And it made me feel so good because I love being able to feed into those dudes like that. One of the kids, we were joking. I was like, yeah, if your dad was me, you'd have it like that. And they all start dying. They're like, his dad's dead. I was like, oh fuck. And I was like, dog, well, no, I'm your dad now. You got one, player. Like me and Donna love adopting people. Like love it, love it, love it, love it so much because that's part of my wound, right? That's part of my healing. Part of my healing is being the father I always wished I had. And so one time before my father passed, it was very close towards the end. It was when he was still well, but still getting sicker. He always prayed before like a Thanksgiving or a Christmas meal, right?
Yeah.
One day he's doing prayer and he starts bawling. And he fucking gets up from the table and walks into his room. Well, you know me, I got to follow along. And he used to call me Dr. Phil in like a jest way, and it would hurt my feelings and piss me off so bad. Until I finally confronted him and he's like, no, dude, like I do it because you're good at it and stuff. And like, I'm proud of you for doing it, but like he don't want to receive it. So he's got to make fun of it. So we go into his room. I put my arm on him, like, Dad, what's up, bud? You know, like, what's going on? Just PTSD shit. And I'm like, dog, you just started fucking crying your dick off in the middle of fucking saying grace. Something came up for you more than just PTSD shit. What is it? He refused. He wouldn't tell me. He wouldn't talk about it. And I feel it was a barrier because the emotions fell out. So if he dug into him, the emotions would fall out more. He'd be less of a man. And now his stupid youngest son, who's Dr. Phil, is going to Dr. Phil me when I can't handle that because I can't handle my own emotions. I see this now after time, after he's been gone. I tried not to let it hurt my feelings. It didn't really hurt my feelings at the time because I was like, you're in pain, dog. Like, and so, yeah, a lot of this father stuff, man, I think I want to even heal my father's wounds.
Yeah.
You know? And I get to.
And that's like why it's so cool that you do the work that you do on the planet. And like anyone who's listening who chooses to do personal development work at all or go to counseling or coaching or whatever, it's because you get to break generational pain and trauma and wound. And like you're like, I'm signing up to break the cycle. I'm gonna do it. And that requires what? A fuck ton of pain. But you're strong enough to handle it, you know? So that your children will not walk forward with that same pattern.
Yeah. Dude, like the man I am to my baby versus the man I was to Jaden. I am so glad Jaden understands journeys because he could get very jealous. His first admittance when we told him we were pregnant was, I'm jealous that he's going to have more time with you than I did. Oh, the funnest reframe is, well, guess what, Playboy? You're 20 years older. You're going to get more time with me in your whole life than he will, because I'm going to die sooner than in his life than I am in your life. When I'm 51, Jaden's going to be 31. Like I got home when I was 31, I had homies that was 51.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like our difference is so small. You know, Zen's difference is 40 years with me, 41 years. So like, but it's so cool that I acknowledged what my father was lacking. I acknowledged what my father gave us. I held on to the good and I just built up off of that to fill in the holes of the bad. But for years, there was a period where it was like, fuck my family.
Mhm.
And now it's like, all right, well, if I get frustrated with my family, we'll work through that. And because it's never fuck anything. Every time you fuck anything, they always end up showing up later to either bless you and make you feel bad or annoy you and make you be pissed even more, just so you can heal it. So either way is a way to heal. So
That's what I believe triggers are. Triggers are like codes in your nervous system for your healing. And so for you to see that and to be so aware and for your son to watch you take the journey to that place, I mean, oh my God, he's going to model that, like that's so cool.
dude, it's funny. He doesn't want kids right now because like he's growing up a baby with us. So he knows how difficult that is, but he's excited to be a dad because he sees the beauty in it. And so it's like, oh, and he's always been great with kids. Like we always joke that he's going to marry a chick that's a super high achiever and he'll be a stay-at-home dad. And you know what? I'm fucking with it. Like
Mhm.
I'll totally be with that. Like totally. Uh, and I'm managing his music career for him. Like and like I'm getting like my version of soccer momming is managing his music career, fucking helping use my network to help him.
Mhm.
We're going to an adult league basketball game that he's playing in. Like, and like I'm enjoying being his father so much more now. And it's a weird thing where like we're kind of looking at him like a kid, both of us, but
Mhm.
like he is an adult. But like we're healing wounds together, like from the times that I wasn't here because I was working and the times where I was with a mentally abusive spouse who was really wrong to him and me and made us think all kinds of fucked up shit about ourselves. And so like now I'm realizing I didn't have to go through Jaden hating me. We went through discord and rocky times, but it's whatever.
Mhm.
And now we get to heal that shit. And now I get to like continue to be a father to him. Because at one point in time, I wrote off being a dad because I was like, he's grown. He doesn't need me. I was there for emotional support, on the phone and giving him financial support. But like, it's different when you get to raise a grown up
Mhm.
as your child.
Mhm.
And it's
And
really,
we always need our parents.
yes, yes, dude, yes. Um, I want to talk about what you said to me one time about ego before we wrap this up because do you remember what it is?
No.
Okay. So you said your ego loves you so much that it's willing to do stupid and unthinkable shit to protect you.
Mhm.
And I use that in so much of life and coaching now because when I see somebody's ego pop up, dude, it used to be the ego death. I wanted to kill my ego. But like I also wanted to kill sadness from the movie Inside Out.
Mhm. Was an insufferable character.
And then Donna's like, I love her. I resonate with her so much. I'm like, ew, ew.
Want to
Don't
be
do it.
joy all the time, and then we're anger.
Bro, to hear you talk about rage, that you rage,
Mhm.
because I view you as joy.
Most people do, but I have a shadow side.
Dude, the shadow side, the shadow work. Oof,
Mhm.
that's a
Well,
whole nother.
it is. And I mean, anger serves me in really beautiful ways. So it's like, can you see those emotions? And you already know this without judgment. It's like, oh, you're a messenger for me. What's happening? But like for you to coach and teach people about the ego in that way, and like, I really truly believe that. And it will literally self sabotage you towards the things that your soul deeply desires because it thinks you could die. My God. Like, thank you for loving me so fucking much. And also, I'm still gonna do the thing. Like, so you gotta get on board with me, or we're gonna walk hand in hand, even if you're kicking and screaming.
Right, dude. Yeah.
But like your nervous system is connected to your ego and your subconscious mind. So it's literally going to do everything in your body to be like, no, so what? You're going to have resistance, doubt, fear. You're going to cry. You're going to have, like, for me, when I hit an upper limit, or if I'm thinking about launching something new because it's scary and different, I will be like, I'm going to do it tomorrow. The next day, I have no energy. I'm dead. I'm cathartic. I didn't sleep well. right? Like, and I'm like, oh, this is my body doing that to me because it thinks I'm gonna die.
Dude, look at what a bad day I had yesterday. You know what I'm saying? Like, but the cool thing was I acknowledged that I was going through some things. I did my best not to put anything on anyone. And then I finally got to the gym by 7:30 and was able to lift the fog, but realized the only workout I did was yoga on Tuesday this week. I cannot wait this long to get in the gym anymore
Mhm.
because now I'm depending on the gym. Because you got to remember death, right? Your death motivator. My death motivator is I can't die before Zen's fucking 30. So I got to get my heart rate shit right. I got to get my blood pressure solid. The only way I know how to do that is in the gym. But also, when I'm in there, now I'm working towards my purpose. So it feels better. I'm starting to look better. So it feels better. I get quality time with Jaden, Donna, and the baby. So, like,
And you're moving energy, right?
yes.
And for me, when I work out, the reason why is because it gets me out of my head and into my body. Like I can focus on something outside of my obsession. It's like, okay.
My obsession.
Hmm.
My
And
obs-
I think too, it's like people need to realize like we are conditioned for instant gratification. And why? If we can keep you small or lazy or numbed out, then you're going to have to rely on like a pharmaceutical company and then it's going to give all of our money away and you're going to die. And like that's less pressure on our whole like ecosystem, all that stuff. So it's just like take care of your body, take care of your health. It's literally the only thing that you have, point blank. That if you
Yeah.
don't have your health, you don't have shit. And I
Yeah.
know because I've talked to many people who have like MS or lupus and all these things. And it's like, now we got to work with your energy system and like your health and your well being so you can do the things. So for you to be committed, but I don't like the word committed, to be devoted to your health, not only for yourself, but for your purpose and your family, well, you got to keep going, you know?
Yeah.
And everyone who doesn't have a movement practice in place, it's time to implement it. That's
Absolutely.
it.
Yeah. Because, like, I'm literally afraid of me if I quit moving. Like, dude, I start drinking way more. I start smoking way more fucking weed to the point where I don't even get stoned. And now I'm not even getting the medicinal benefits and I'm just chasing numb, And then it's like, and then I'm miserable and I'm cranky and then I'm seeing the end and everything and my rumination loops kick in and
Mm-hmm.
not okay.
No. Well, and I heard Dr. Huberman is like my most favorite neuroscientist from Stanford, and he has a
Mhm.
podcast and all this, and it's for people who don't have a movement practice in place at all. The best thing that you can do is like, what's the first step you need to take? Is it to put your shoes outside? Is it to get your outfit together? Is it to go out the door and start walking? Is it to pick up the kettlebell or find the YouTube video? And when you're there, it's like, I'm headed in the right direction. So
Yes.
you are training your body that it's like, I'm becoming the type of person who does the thing, and it's just a single step forward every day.
Mm. Yeah, Kaizen. Uh, have you heard of that?
Mm-mm.
It's yeah, it's basically micro adjustments, minor movements. I think it's a book called The Kaizen Theory, Kaizen. Really great book. But yeah, like just basically do the little bits. They were talking about people that were tasked with heavy, large workout regimens versus the people that are tasked with 30 minutes a day, 10 minutes a day, 15 minutes a day. And these people are showing better health improvements, better weight loss, better mental function than the people that bit off more than they could chew
Mm-hmm.
because they kept that movement going. And like the rad movement, I started this shit years ago, like almost 10 years ago now. And I'm finally stepping into like the coaching side. And like as we're talking now, I'm like, maybe I should hit up those people that wanted to do events with me, like, because
Why not?
why not?
Mm-hmm.
Like, I step on the stage with my flamingos and my missing leg and my pink hair and like my message, people are gonna listen
Mm-hmm.
because I got shit to say.
You believe in it.
I do.
Mm-hmm.
And it's weird that I actually believe in it now. But you know, the other side of the obsession that we have is now it makes us the authority.
Mm-hmm.
And I was waiting to become the authority, and now I just finally had to say yes, I am.
Well, that's conditional. Like I'm going to place everything externally. So when I see it external, I'll see to believe versus I believe to see. Yeah.
Girl. Ooh, ooh, ooh.
But like you have to choose that because we're conditioned to seek out outside of ourselves, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so it's so funny when people are like, you know, it's because of this or this or this. And I'm like, what about you?
What about you?
And then when I find myself this and this and them and them and that and I'm like, oh, I gotta look inside. This is gross.
I hate doing the inner work. God,
I only want to do it on my terms, not when I'm not
that.
ready to. Dude, because I love the inner work, but not when I'm not ready to.
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
We don't get to decide that though.
No, we don't. We don't.
Because
I
then
could
life hits you.
do exactly. I could talk to you for days, years, and months. So
I love you.
I
Thank
love
you for
you.
this space and for being you and for being such a beacon of love on the planet and for really moving and leading forward with your heart because God, you're making such an impact.
I appreciate you so much. So this is the part where I just want it to be all about you. Let people know how to find you, how to work with you, how to find your things,
Oh my
and
God, for my things.
yeah, your things. So
Thank you.
yeah.
I hang out a lot on Instagram, so my handle is ashley.mondor. I like do a lot of IG stories. That's my shit. If you want to work with me, my website is ashleymondor.com because that cost me only $12 a year. So we bought that. And I hold one-on-one 60-minute heart-to-heart sessions where we go deep on like one topic and it's like what are you working through? Why is this a struggle? Where does this come from in your past? Da, 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 da. And then it's like, how can we move forward? So that's my shit. I also have a year-long program that's more self-study called Devotion, and that's 75 a month. And the people in this fucking community are incredible and they're everything to me and they're like Robbie. So they're very open to loving and receiving and growing and sharing their shit and being vulnerable. And like that's how we grow. So outside of my website and Instagram, like just connect with me. Say you met me through Robbie so I can like virtually hug you. It would be everything to me.
Did you say devotion is 75 a month?
Yeah.
You're amazing. God.
Thank you.
Yeah, so I'm signing up for devotion. I've been mulling it over for a while, but I have to. I just
But
have
if
to.
you do, when you feel called and it's ready, if you pay 900 for the full year and you're devoted to that journey, you get a heart to heart session with me
Mm, well, I might do that.
when you're ready.
Yeah, no, and that's the thing, you know, I don't want to overload myself, but like
Oh,
I'm dying. I might just keep doing heart to heart sessions with you here and there until I'm ready to go on to a full. So how long does devotion, like how much, what's the commitment for time?
yes. And so every single week I drop one lesson that helps you on your journey. Once a month I do group coaching. And then every Monday I pull an oracle card or whatever for the entire group and have a channeled message. So basically I set devotion up in a way where it's like you can come and go as you please, but the real true transformation is in the full year, like that. And I also have like a one-on-one that's a much more intimate and deeper program, but I don't want to talk about that because usually it's for people who have already worked with me for a while, who, like you said, when you
Right.
have the group community, then they're like, I like you. I know I can go deeper with you in this way. Now I'm ready.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Man. Do
Thank
you have
you.
a podcast as well?
I do. God, I forget. So it's
Yeah.
new, right?
Yeah.
It's
Share
called
the
the
podcast.
thank you. It's called the Free Your Heart podcast. And like I haven't asked Robbie yet, but I want Robbie to be on there. I just have it booked out.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh,
So
my
in the
goodness.
beginning of 2023, if you're open to it, Robbie, I
Yes.
would love to have you.
Absolutely, absolutely, absolutely. I would love to be there. Yes.
It's so fun. And like the guests I've had are just fucking out of this world and they're open and they're vulnerable and they share their shit. And so like if you like my vibe, that's a cool way to connect with me too. And like you may learn something, you know, by one episode. So I have like 11 episodes right now and it's really fun.
So for your heart is what it's called?
Free your heart.
Free your heart. Ooh.
But it's For Your Heart with Ashley Mondor because that title was taken, but I needed it. Like Spirit said, this is yours, so take it.
No, I get it, because like my program is the Rad Academy powered by the Magical Motherfucker Method, which is way too many words. But like, I don't know, it makes sense to me.
Yeah, totally. And your branding is so fire. It's so you. And when it was powered by the Magical Motherfucker Method, I was like, oh, the alliteration, it feels so good.
Dude, and it's wild because like there was a hat in my life that said Magical Motherfucker and it had a unicorn on it. And like that was just like the catalyst for that word, that thing. Yeah, it felt right. It felt real. It felt me. And yeah, it's, you know how it is when you follow what feels right, you get what's right.
That quotable. Seriously.
Ooh, when you follow what feels right, you get what's right. Ooh.
Content.
When you follow what feels right, you get what's right. I just messaged that to you on on Facebook real quick.
Well, you channeled it and it was just so effortless for you and so simple and so true. So it's like, share that shit because everyone needs to hear it.
Well, and that's why I want to work with you. That's why I love you so much, because you know, I love Matt. I love my business coaches. I love all the people that I work with, but you are weirder than everyone I work with in the hippy dippy way. Like, and you know, you don't get to be fucking weird like that with a lot of people because not a lot of people resonate there. You know, like I was texting a tattooer a while ago about like, hey man, this dude's moving to your area, you know, blah blah blah. You know, can you help him out? And you know, conversation started. And as soon as I got really weird about like what was going on in my life and how it was like, because like how's things going on, I'm like something like, you know, things are weird, shit fucks up, you know, you figure out what's going on and the fucking's up, you know. Like he never messaged me back after that. So like
and I have the core belief that the more me I am, the more my business grows. So the weirder, more true, authentic me in my woo, in my weird, in my soul, that repels everyone I don't want to work with.
well, you know, I realized that the other night because my speech patterns are very like, you know, odd. I carry a lot of different vernacular styles, and like I just speak in the way that flows through me, and not everyone, a lot of the time people don't even know what the fuck I'm saying. So like when I speak in that fashion and you get it, I'm like, oh. And I noticed the other night I wasn't speaking like a coach, I was speaking like Robbie. And that was cool because like they was all getting it, you know, just like that. They was all getting it. Like that's not proper fucking grammar. And you wouldn't expect for your coach to speak at you like this. And you know, I'd be saying about bitches and hoes and things, and like use like using those words as adjectives towards the things. And I'm like, huh, man, I'm glad they all fucking accept me.
Well, there's a resonance because it's your truth.
Yeah.
So it's going to land with who it's meant to because you're in resonance energetically. And like, I don't want to work with people who can't get down with who I am. What's the point? It's not fun then. You can go work with anyone, like be with anyone. But if you can't be with me for who I am, well, I came to business to have fun, you know?
Yeah.
So be more you.
I got it.
Yeah. Permission slip. Let's go.
Ooh, permission slip. I like that. I give people permission all the time, but I never used permission slip.
That's yours. Nice. Run with it.
That's smooth like butter.
Thank you for today.
Dude, thank you so much. I am so excited to be on your podcast. And when the time is absolutely perfect, I will pull the trigger. Working with you, that may be like right after we get off this call. It may be in a couple months. I don't know, but
divine timing.
Everything works exactly as it's supposed to. So thank you for your time today. I love you so much. One of my favorite people ever. You're the best.
I feel the same about you. Thank you. Oh my God. Have a beautiful day, my friend. And I will talk to you soon.
And we're both wearing purple.
I did this on purpose.
Did you?
For you. Because of your brand colors.
I love it.
So I'm like pink and purple for you.
Yes. Oh, I love you. You're the best. All right. Well, thank you for your time here today. And thank you, everyone, for tuning in to yet another Rad Movement YouTube channel episode. Hopefully, you got weird and wonderful with me and the lovely Ashley. And if you are called to work with she, please reach out to her. I feel like I shouldn't have to say that about me because y'all already know. Reach out to me if you want to work with me. But seriously, Ashley is magical, powerful, and she has something different than what I have. On the same vein, but her magic is very powerful. So if you're feeling called, permission slip. Ha ha ha.
Thank you, Robbie. Have a beautiful day. And thank you,
Thank you,
everyone, for joining
Ashley.
us.
You have a beautiful day. Thank you so much. And everyone, thank you. Have a wonderful day.